I was able to go to this Pavitra Tirtha, Prayagraj, be a part of those infinite millions and millions who come there. Mahakumbha was always calling me. It's an inner call. And you need to listen to that inner call. 4 drops fell at 4 different places: Nasik, Ujjain, Hardwar, and Tirtharaj Prayag. And therefore, at each place, there is a kumbh organized. There is no day unless there is a night. And there is no success unless there is failure. And so that is what life is all about. For us, civil service is not just a job, and definitely not money-making machine and an ego-enhancing exercise of power. For us, civil service is service to people, to the nation. Ayam nijaparo veti lagu ganana lagu chetasam. This is mine and this is foreign and this belongs to me and they are others. This is all petty-minded people. Udara charittanam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. Those with large-hearted, for them, the whole earth is one family. So as I was taking that dip, chanting in my mind, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham, I also took these 3 dips, telling myself 3 visions of what I think is even my life. All my dear friends, Namaste, and the eternal prayer of Sarvetra Sukhina Santu, same as Bhavatu Sabba Mangalam. My dear friends, all my eternal, absolute, unconditional best wishes for all of you. My heart fills with great happiness. My heart is filled with great bliss, having been able to go to Mahakumbh and have this Pavitra, holiest of holy, Snan. The English word bathing does not describe the sense of पवित्रता. हमारी भारतीय भाषाओं में जो गहन अर्थपूर्णता है, वो शब्द चाहे महाकुंभ हो, स्नान हो, शब्द पवित्र हो. The English language, I am afraid, is not, so to say, the perfect vehicle to convey the deep meaning in all these words. Every language, of course, has its own flair. I'm not saying English is any less of a language. I'm saying our Bharatiya concepts, the terms, are not exactly translatable into English. Still, after careful consideration, I have made a conscious choice of sharing my heart, sharing my experience about Mahakumbh in English. So, my dear friends, of course, all eternal, absolute best wishes. From this vantage point of having sensed that moment of eternal bliss, along with my family, my wife, we call him my direct son, Siddharth, and of course my wife Purna, I was able to visit Mahakumbh and have this holiest of holy dip, three meaningful dips. 3 डुबकी लगाना होता है. हर डुबकी के पीछे भी बहुत गहरा मतलब है. I am very happy I was able to do it. Like I said, my direct son Siddharth is called as my direct son at Chanakya Mandal Parivar. As the name indicates, it is a parivar, a family of those who dream to serve Bharat Mata. The youngsters who seek to develop their personality, their career, many or most of them also seeking to develop it through competitive exams, and many or most of them intending to join either All India services or right now the state services in Maharashtra, but we work with this deepest of an article of faith and also a practical methodology even on ground level, that this is not a coaching class, that this is not just a money making, a money spinning undertaking. This is a family of those who think of Bharat Mata as our Bharat Mata and all of us as the members of that family of Bharat Mata, and those who seek to serve this Bharat Mata. So we are Parivar, and I'm also happy to say that many years ago I reached even that state of being wherein it became a natural part of even my existence that I think of all young boys and girls as my sons and daughters. That is how I feel. Therefore, they are all my sons and daughters. That makes Siddharth my, so to say, direct son. Talking of other Chanakya Mandal students, I tell them that I have allowed you, permitted you to be born of your own independent, separate parents, but we are also one family. And I feel happy that is how I feel about young generation. I was able to go to this Pavitra Tirtha, Prayagraj, be a part of those infinite millions and millions who come there, स्नान करते हैं, and go back to live their own life. I was able to do that. My heart is filled with bliss. At the same time, there is also an element of pain also felt at personal level. Now, Mahakumbha was always calling me. It's an inner call. And you need to listen to that inner call. So right since I knew now for a long time that the Kumbha coming this time is 1 in 144 years. So there is this beautiful system and there are these lovely stories filled with magical realism, that from that cosmos creating churn, the Amruta nectar was created. And while there was to and fro tussle for possessing that nectar, 4 drops fell at 4 different places: Nasik, Ujjain, Hardwar, and Tirtharaj Prayag. And therefore, at each place, there is a Kumbh organized once every 4 years. So the one at Tirtharaj Prayag comes after 12 years. And after 12 such avartana, after 12 such rounds, comes once in 144 years, the Mahakumbh. It is not only about some, so to say, irrational belief or some sort of faith. It is perfectly scientific, based on astronomical movements of planets. And I think every Bharatiya should have a legitimate reason to be proud, to be happy, that thousands and thousands of years ago also, our predecessors, I'm saying your and my predecessors, our ancestors had understood this science of astronomy. My dear friends, please note that it is not astrology, it is astronomy. And such a perfect study of the movement of planets way before all Copernicus, Galileo, Kepler and all. I do, and all of us must respect the advances of modern science, even as we feel legitimately happy about the achievements of Bharatiya Sanskriti since and during ancient times. So, Kumbha and then Mahakumbha is based on this elaborate scientific study of movement of planets. And this particular configuration is after 144 years. That awareness kept me awake, wanting to go there. That is what I call as inner call, that at least during our lifetime, during the material and physical body form that we understand, and the 3+1 dimensions in which we live, this Mahakumbha is unique and the only time during our lifetime. So there is no way I would miss it. But it pains my heart, I repeat, even at personal level, to see some sad accidents happening there. As to a particular fire on the banks of Triveni Sangam, one is not sure whether it was an accident or an act of sabotage, but there was this fire. Then there was this extremely sad and excruciatingly painful stampede there, right on Triveni Sangam. Exactly, precisely the place where we were able to take our snan. Even then, it kept paining my heart, even at personal level, the stampede. And as I'm talking to you today, there is this sad news coming from Delhi of a stampede on Delhi railway station of again thousands and thousands of bhakta seeking to go to Mahakumbh. There was a sad stampede. Allow me to share my sense of pain and to the extent to which we can have the empathy, the fellow feeling, understanding of this deep sadness, and to the extent to which it can be expressed in words, then let us share this grief and let us also offer our condolences to those who lost their lives and have this fellow feeling to those whose close kith and kin was lost. So part of my being also is filled with sadness. I am afraid that I have this deeply painful awareness of the very phenomenon called life. That is what life is all about. Day and night, happiness and sadness, success and failure, all dvandva, dichotomies, coexist. Probably so much so that they are interdependent. One cannot be without the other. There is no day unless there is a night. And there is no success unless there is failure. And so that is what life is all about. Our job is to think of this life as bliss, that we are born as human beings is considered bliss in Bharatiya understanding of life, that this is the best opportunity, that Amrutasya Vai Putraha, we are all manifestations of the same divine that brings this entire cosmos and now many such universes probably into being. We are all small drops of the same divine Amruta. And our innate faith is, after we travel through 84 lakh yonis, as they are called, different species, then we are born as human beings, and it is a bliss to be born as a human being. It is even a deeper bliss to get to go to Mahakumbh. And that too, when the world witnessed human history's biggest ever traffic jam. February 12 was the Maghi Purnima, and it is one of the 5 holiest of holy Muhurat for taking snan. I had decided that I will avoid these defined 5 Muhurats because we know that not only millions and millions but crores and crores will be there. So my idea was to sort of avoid these 5. So in consultation with some UP officials, I planned to visit 2 days before Maghi Purnima. But even then, another millions and millions of our fellows, they had thought the same way. So there was this unthinkable traffic jam stretching to 300 kilometers on all sides of Tirtharaj Prayag. So much so that, say, Madhya Pradesh government, Bengal government, Bihar government issued orders and mobilized police force to sort of stop people from going there. There were appeals even on social media, and actually even we got stuck in the traffic jam. But thanks to UP police, who helped us find informal routes across various nearby villages to finally reach Tirtharaj Prayag and also the exact spot of Triveni Sangam. That, my dear friends, is a consequence of small educational work I have been doing after leaving my IAS in 1996. So, sort of indirect benefit of these three golden letters behind my name, they also I take as Ishwar ki Krupa, making a polite, a humble claim to have understood the life as it is. I call this God's grace. I call this God's grace that I was selected in IAS. God's grace, I could serve for, say, 10 years, and then with a certain vision of building an all India movement based on Vivekananda's thought and the concept of man-making education, that I made Maharashtra and Pune as my karma bhumi for last 30 years through this educational work called Chanakya Mandal Parivar. This again fills my heart with happiness that the students at Chanakya Mandal Parivar do remain connected with Chanakya Mandal Parivar even after they complete their formal courses at Chanakya Mandal Parivar. For us, civil service is not just a job and definitely not money-making machine and an ego-enhancing exercise of power. For us, civil service is service to people, to the nation. And I'm happy that hundreds or thousands of Chanakya Mandal students who have successfully cleared competitive exams and joined either All India services or services right now at Maharashtra state level, they continue to be connected with Chanakya Mandal Parivar. These were officers now serving in UP cadre. Among the best of them happens to be Sushil Ghule, I'm very happy to say. Coming from a poor family, Sushil had his engineering education in Pune and did courses at Chanakya Mandal Parivar and cleared UPSC in the very first attempt. He joined the UP cadre of Indian Police Service. He has been giving one excellent performance after another, controlling and finishing off some self-proclaimed dons, the underworld mafia dons in UP. So the UP government also has entrusted him with the responsibility of STF, the Special Task Force. I feel very happy towards Sushil that he made it possible for us to really reach Tirtharaj Prayag even when the earth was witnessing history's biggest traffic jam ever. I indeed take this opportunity to express my deep sense of gratitude towards UP administration, towards Uttar Pradesh Police. Please accept all my deepest and sincerest, not just thanks, I'm using the word gratitude. It took us hours and hours on end, but finally, almost when the midnight was about to strike, we emerged through all rural areas, the dust roads and the traffic jams, and still were able to find the path. And suddenly, when we reached the Sangam area, there was this huge Vishwaroop Darshan. What a fantastic scene there. Even the sheer act of organizing Mahakumbh is an evidence of India's ability for extraordinary administration. The scale. This Mahakumbh, about or more than 60 crore people are expected to visit, mind you. 60 crore. Think of the indescribable scale of organization. Again, painful memories of stampede. But even as we understand that pain, let no one generalize this to depict a picture of India that is indisciplined, that is incapable, that is filled with ineptitude and inefficiency. My dear friends, those are curses to our current national existence, and we do need to work on them. But as Swami Vivekananda said, that every major tune of Bharat has to express through the concept of dharma, the Sanatana Satya, manifesting itself during changing times, and the one that is oldest of the old and still newest of the new. Swamiji said, we need to hold on to this Sanatana, the truth, and its form in dharma, and then also adopt all modernity, and of course be this democratic republic with all modern science and technology. Mahakumbh is an expression of our abilities that we are capable of organizing at this scale. The grandeur, the impossible scale, and still basic capacity for self-regulation. Behind even Mahakumbh, there is no formal body. There is no formal sort of hierarchical structure. Yes, there are 13 basic akhadas as they are called, but it's not like there is some one head, either person or body. It's not like someone issues an invitation. It is the inner feeling, the inner awareness of Bharatvarsh, our universal Sanskriti, that everyone comes over there. The same concept of dharma, basically, the Sanatana, synonymous with the formal word Hindu dharma. Nobody established Sanatana / Hindu dharma. Our concept is that dharma exists. That Rishi Munis and Buddha Mahavirs of our civilization found these principles of dharma in their meditative state, and they explained them to us. The concept is nobody establishes dharma. The concept is if it is one person laying down one particular path, coming up with one particular book, and talking of God in any one particular way or form, then our Bharatiya Sanatan concept is that it is a pantha, a path. With ekam sad vipraha bahuda vadanti, that truth is one. Knowledgeable people call it with different names. And what Swamiji told the whole world on history's, if I may say, more famous 9/11, that was 1893, the Parliament of Religions at Chicago. And Swami Vivekananda told the meaning of Hindu Dharma like drops of water which fall on different mountain tops through different streams finally meet the same ocean. So are we, expressions of the divine through our own paths, finally reach our oneness, realize our oneness to that same divine. Swamiji therefore said, let us follow the path of our conviction, and of course there is no need for mutual hatred or intolerance that only my God is true and that my prophet is true and that only my book is true and you better follow it otherwise, etc. That is the Sanatana, the Satya, the Dharma, as Bharata explains to the whole world. And Mahakumbha is its alive, awakened expression of this Sanatana Satya, the inner spontaneity of Bharatiya Sanskriti. And millions of people turn up over there. From poorest of the poor to richest of the rich. And nobody is ever bothered about anybody's caste and hierarchy and whatnot. All of us are one. That awareness of oneness is like the greatest gift of Mahakumbha. I believe this Mahakumbha also will further consolidate and strengthen the innate unity in diversity. We are those who not only permit diversity, who are we to permit or not to permit? We welcome diversity. We respect diversity. Because we understand that the diversity is the diversity of external manifestation. Deeper we go, we are all one. This awareness of oneness is also a defining factor of oneness of the modern nation called Bharat. Also the awareness of oneness of the whole universe, our oneness with nature. Therefore, even entire humanity to be one. It is not we versus they. It is not right or wrong, my nation. It is Prithivai Samudra Paryantayaha Ekarat iti, a prayer from Vedas. The dream, the vision of oneness of the whole earth. It is also nurturing the character of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That Ayam Nijaparo Veti Lagu Ganana Lagu Chetasam. This is mine and this is foreign and this belongs to me and they are others. This is all petty-minded people. Udara Charitanam tu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Those with large-hearted, for them, the whole earth is one family. That also I understand as one of the defining features and articles of faith for Bharatiya Sanskriti, again manifesting itself in Mahakumbha. All this and much more. Actually, greater one beyond the words, that became this inner call driving us, the smaller family, as a part of the larger family called Bharat, and even further larger family called Dharti Mata, the whole world. It is that inner calling that took me to Mahakumbh. And through all millions and millions of people, but in a quiet, patient way, in my mind, reciting the Atma Shatakam of Adi Shankara, and the defining line of that Atma Shatakam being Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Adi Shankara, in beautiful, deepest of poetic way, examines different layers of our human existence, saying, I am not only the body, Mano Buddhi Ahankara Chittani Naham, I am not even only the mind or the intellect, all the Ahankar, the sense of separateness, and the Chitta, the final pure consciousness, which is Satchidananda, truth, consciousness, and bliss. And after saying all this, Adi Shankara comes to this poetic, deepest of realization that I am not all this. Then what am I? Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. The oneness of Jiva with Shiva. The awareness of that oneness. So through that crowd of all reaching for Triveni Sangam, in my mind, I was reciting Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. And then we were finally able to reach the very place of Triveni Sangam. All excellent administrative arrangements, also made in a very intelligent way. The flow of the water was maintained, even as a very safe arrangement for people to take bath was done. It so happened that that was exactly the same day our Honorable President Draupadi Murmu ji also chose to take her bath. India's president. So of course there were security arrangements there. I am full of deepest of respect for our President Draupadi Murmu ji. I feel a mother in her, and through even her life filled with lot of pain, she has internalized all Adhyatma philosophy of Bharat. She is also a living form of that Adhyatma philosophy. My Bharatiya mind feels happy to see her as president. But that happened to be the same day. But I again consider it Ishwar ki Krupa, God's grace, that we were still able to take that bath. There are many people thinking they are rational, a misconceived notion. They think that what's it about taking a dip? There are either some who argue, or unfortunately some who also behave as if you can behave in a debauched fashion for all times. You can commit sins, you can be corrupt, you can be casteist, blah, blah, blah. But then go to a tirtha, take a bath, all your sins will be washed away. This is a fallacious concept. The Karma Siddhanta, of course, tells us that you have to pay for your own karma. Ensure that your karma is pure. So there is no superstition behind Snan at Mahakumbh, at this Triveni Sangam, where it is our innate belief for thousands of years that Ganga Maiya and Yamuna ji meet, and there is a hidden river Saraswati there. that the concept of Triveni needs to be understood as a symbolic concept. You can think of Saraswati as a Bharatiya symbol of pursuit of knowledge. So whatever you do in your life, there is always this relentless commitment to pursuit of knowledge. And there could also be a historic memory carried that Vedas were substantially realized on the banks of the ancient river Saraswati. For a long time, the colonial historians and some post-independence historians also kept harping on this point that there was no such Saraswati river. It is a superstition. There actually is an exact description of Saraswati river in Vedas. But in complete disregard to that, here were colonial or some post-independence historians who harped on this. Now, it has been proven that the river Saraswati did exist exactly as described in Vedas, and over a period of time it vanished, probably because of geological changes caused by earthquakes and all. That might as well have been the reason why the Harappa Mohenjo-daro, later on called as the Indus Valley Civilization, and in fact now correctly called as the Sindhu-Saraswati Civilization, and in fact there is every possibility that that civilization is the same as Vedic civilization, which is continued our civilization even today. So when the Saraswati river dried out, people moved into Gangetic plains, but carried the memory of river Saraswati. And it is that memory that makes us think of every Sangam as a potentially Triveni Sangam, that this Saraswati is always there. One can analyze it in very many ways, but the Triveni Sangam at Tirtharaj Prayag unites entire India. All people of all colors and all castes and all sects within our Bharatiya philosophy, they do come there. And the idea is not that those 3 dips just wash away your sins. In fact, it is almost like a vrata, that you have to follow sattvic principles of life for at least 40 days before you visit Mahakumbha and take a dip. 40 days. Now, modern neuroscience, the science of brain, and modern psychology also tells us that if we want to develop a new habit, we need to persist with that habit for at least 40 days. You do that for 40 days and it becomes wired in your brain. So this concept is cultural manifestation of what modern neuroscience, what modern psychology also understands. So before you proceed for Mahakumbha, you are supposed to follow these principles of sattvic habits, the pure habits, the pure karma, and then reach there to have this symbolic dip. So as I was taking that dip, chanting in my mind, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham, I also took these 3 dips, telling myself 3 visions of what I think is even my life. So the first dip was in the name of this yearning for search for truth. And I do politely claim to have understood at intellectual level the philosophy of Advaita Vedanta, the oneness of Jiva with Shiva. So the first dip is in the name of Advaita. The second dip is in the name of the vision and commitment towards Bharat and the modern Utthan of Bharat, resurgence of Bharat. We have a long way to go. We have a lot of work to do. And this modern, rich, prosperous, egalitarian and Bharat that is rich not only materially but morally, intellectually and spiritually also. The second dip in the name of my commitment as Karyakarta of Bharat, working for Utthan, the resurgence of Bharat. And then the third dip with a deep prayer to the divine that let me develop a loving nature towards all, to love and to be loved. And let us spread this message of knowledge. And this is truth, beauty and knowledge. So I return from Mahakumbh to continue my own tapascharya. And my dear friends, let us all continue our own tapascharya in our own walks of life.
Rashtraya Swami